Hello there, good morning to you. This is Kakaaki Social. I'm Rena Obozeghie. Now, the Executive Council of the Federation, FEC, had its meeting on Monday and approved the 2024 budget of 27.5 trillion naira. It was earlier put at 26 trillion naira, but Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu, is giving the prevailing economic realities as reason for the raise by 1.5 trillion naira.
Two of the important decisions was to use an exchange rate of 750 naira to a dollar, and also a benchmark crude oil reference price of $77.96, meaning $4 more than the earlier approval.
Okay, so let's see. This trended all yesterday and even till this morning when I checked. A Million is saying that cash out season. Also in reaction, David says the Nigerian budget is just a document that legitimizes stealing and looting. You have a budget estimate of 27 trillion naira. However, at the end of the fiscal year, you don't have significant progress in the economy. 80% of the finance allocated in the budget will be either looted or siphoned by the government through their cronies. That's the standard of budget implementation in Nigeria. For Michael, he says federal government must stop granting waivers to friends of the government. Nigerians have never benefited from the waivers granted to companies whose owners have easy access to the corridors of power. Waivers worth over 6 trillion naira were granted last year while our nation was borrowing. Again, on the budget, Chisam says is good, and he says they should use it for the betterment of the nation, not for luxurious life in Aso Rock and National Assembly. And then reactions were also trailing the retention of Melekiali as the group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, that's NNPCL. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Monday made the NNPCL board member appointment of 9 others, that's besides Melekiari, and they should all resume by December 1st this year. Now, Tinubu anticipates the fullest measure of compliance with the performance-driven and result-oriented mandate of his renewed hope administration from the newly constituted board members and management. But for some reasons, it was Melekiari that was the focus for netizens yesterday, and so our focus today. Yakubu says this Melekiari is very smart. Against all odds, he has made it again. But on the other hand, he's laughing, and he says Tinubu doesn't even pretend when it comes to appointing extremely corrupt people. Melekiari would go the way of Emefiele if a government that has balls succeeds Tinubu. National Assembly been making noise about this. And then Dele says there must be a very good reason to retain him as the chief. I trust President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's judgment. Now, to Anambra State, a businessman, Arthur Eze, has donated the sum of 5 billion naira to the state government as his contribution to cushioning the effect of hardship in the country among the people of Anambra State. Now, at an event yesterday to mark his 75th birthday in Oka, he announced that the money would be released by early next year for sharing by the state governor, Chukwuma Soludo.
Government who help us to solve it. We have the money, but how can we share it? Can you share it here? It's war. Only Governor Soludo will know how to share. Now, my dear governor, I don't want to waste time. I will buy you 5 billion naira early next year, so you can share it where you feel that is good. 5 billion naira.
Okay, so in reaction, Cushion says, I think there is an agenda that man was trying to drive to with such unsolicited virtue signaling. He said he has the money but don't know how he could share it. Then it's the governor that would share it. There are bad roads, there are startups, MSMEs, etc. to empower. And more reactions, IDM says he actually used the correct language. Share it. He knows 2024 is the main year of politicking for 2025 election. A lot of realignment would happen, especially with the entry of Ifeanyi Ubah to APC and rise of Peter Obi in national politics by the people now before others do. And then Credo says, don't mind Arthur Eze, since I know him, man be sharing money, but his village is in horrible condition. And finally, Mr. Play says, authority, the Prince of Africa. All right then, so that's how we end the show today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'll see you again tomorrow. Good morning, Nkoli.
And thank you for all you do on this.